Hello students, I am Isha Mandirata. In today's video, I am going to discuss some applications of laser, some industrial applications of laser along with holography and LIDAR. So let's begin. I'll be starting with the first industrial application of laser, that is laser cutting. Let's see what laser cutting is. What is laser cutting? It is a technology which uses laser to vaporize materials resulting in a cut edge. I would say laser cutting is a very precise form of cutting. It has many industrial applications, and we all know that laser is a highly coherent beam, highly directional, and it has a high intensity. This high intensity of laser makes it a perfect material for cutting. So how does it cut? It basically vaporizes the material, which gives us a smooth cut edge. This process is based around a laser beam which is guided, formed and bundled. So it's a bundled, or what do you mean by bundled laser beam? A highly intense laser beam which has all coherent photons. When it hits the workpiece, the material heats up to an extent that it vaporizes and we get a smooth cut edge. Now let's understand the cutting process of laser with the help of a diagram. So first I'll explain you the construction and then we'll move on to the working part. So the construction wise, it consists of laser beam. So there's a source generating laser. Then you have a mirror. Then you have lens, a focusing assembly. Then you have air assistance and material or the workpiece which requires to be cut or drilled. Now, laser beam, as we all know, is highly directional and highly intense. That is the reason it is used in cutting process. So, though it is a highly directional beam, it is first focused to a mirror, or it is just striked on a mirror so that the angle of beam can be adjusted. Clear? So this is the purpose of having a mirror, and here specifically a full reflecting mirror is used because we want the entire light to be focused on the workpiece or the material wherein we need the cutting or drilling. Then you have a lens assembly, that is the focusing assembly, which exactly focuses laser exactly at the point where we need the cutting part. Now, why do we require air? In this case, air is required so that laser is comparatively used less. Why? Let me tell you what happens with the help of this air assistance. In this case, you know that laser is highly intense. So suppose I am focusing laser onto a point continuously, so the nearby area will get heated up. If I pass on gas exactly at the portion where I am using laser, where I am focusing laser, the air will also get heated up and that will help in cutting. So the energy of laser used will be less. But this air, depending upon the type of material, so suppose I am using aluminium as my material which needs to be cut or drilled, in that case I cannot use oxygen because aluminium easily oxidizes. In that case I would require inert gases like argon, right? So air assistance is basically required because wherever laser continuously focuses, that portion gets heated up. That in turn heats up the gas and it aids or helps the cutting process, or I would say it makes the cutting process comparatively easy. So this is the particular use of air, or this is why air assistance is given. So we have a laser beam. We use a full reflecting mirror so that laser can be turned or twisted at any angle. Then we have a focusing assembly of lens to perfectly focus laser exactly at the workpiece. And then we have air assistance, which is required so that the energy of laser used is less, or to have effective cutting. Now, depending upon the material, you can have inert gases or you can use oxygen. Now let's understand the cutting process with the help of a small animation. You can see this is how laser cuts. You can see the metal is easily cut with the help of laser, and it's a very precise or smooth edge cutting, right? Let's discuss some uses of laser cutting. I told you that it's an industrial application. So this is used to cut or drill holes in all type of metals like carbon, stainless steel, etc. Then it is used to cut plastics, porcelain and ceramics. Plastics, porcelain and ceramics. Porcelain and ceramics, if you discuss, they have a high impact brittleness. They can easily break. So a very precise cutting tool is required for cutting such materials. Next comes, it is used in garment industry. Yes, laser cutting has a very huge advantage in garment industry, where it is used to cut piles and piles, heaps of fibers together, and that also giving a very smooth edge. So these are some of the applications of laser cutting. Now moving on to the advantages. So advantages of laser cutting: low power consumption, high precision and accuracy. Why would I say low power consumption? Because we use an air assistant. So that gives us a low power consumption. Less wear and tear, because it is simply a light. The output will directly, there is no continuous vibration with the tool. So comparatively less wear and tear. It can cut complex shapes without tools at a faster rate. And higher sheet utilization is there. If you have a thin sheet of a material, using laser, because it gives us precise cutting, it gives us accurate cutting, the sheet utilization is comparatively less. Now let's discuss some disadvantages of using this laser cutting. So experts are needed for cutting. No common person can do it. We need some expertise or expert labor to exactly do the cutting process. It has a high cost because it uses laser beam, and generation of laser is not very cheap. So that is the reason the cost is high. And dangerous fumes and gases are emitted due to heating, because the moment your light is continuously in contact with the laser light is continuously in contact with the workpiece, heat is generated that leads to dangerous fumes. So proper protection and safety gears are important for the persons who are doing this laser cutting. Now let's move on to another application of laser, that is known as holography. Let's see what holography is. What is holography? So the term hologram was coined by Dennis Gabor in the year 1949. Since then, holography has come into existence. The picture obtained by holography, it's a three-dimensional picture. That picture has a particular name. It is known as a hologram. What is hologram? It is actually obtained from, it's a word of Greek origin, combining two words, holos meaning whole and gramma meaning message. So whole message in the form of an image, that is the meaning of hologram. Holography is a process of creating a unique photographic image without using a lens. It's a digital camera, mobile camera or any other source. So without using such lens, you can create an image. That is what holography is. Holographic recording is known as, the image obtained, as I said, is known as a hologram. Let's see what is a hologram. How does it work? Laser beam splits into two separate halves by shining through a half mirror or a semi-silvered mirror. One half of the beam bounces off the mirror, it hits the object and reflects onto the photographic plate in which the hologram is created. Right? Let's understand in detail. The other half of the beam bounces off another mirror and hits the same photographic plate called the reference beam. So one is the reference beam and the other is the object beam. And hologram is formed where both the beams meet up. Where the object beam and reference beam meet, this point the hologram is formed. Let's understand with the help of a diagram. You can see a laser. Laser passes on to a mirror, half mirror, then it strikes on the other mirror. Then there is one beam. Now why do we require a half mirror? So that the laser beam is split into two. One goes and acts as an object beam, the other goes and acts as a reference beam. So one portion strikes on one mirror, passes on the object. The second portion of the laser directly passes from a mirror, and wherever the point, you can see the green colored point where the object and the reference beam are meeting, that point forms the hologram. Let's understand with the help of one more diagram. You can see the image below. that there's a reference beam, and in between them you can see the mushroom, the red colored button mushroom. The image would be created on where the reference and object beams are. So basically laser is split into two. One passes on through the object and the other, the reference beam, moves directly. So this also strikes on a mirror, strikes on the object, this strikes on the mirror, and where both of them meet, we get a hologram. So this is how a hologram is formed, or a hologram works. Applications: it is used to store information, it is used to capture images, it is used to perform interferometric measurements on any shape, and it is used to detect stress in materials. Stress can be any defect in the material that can also be captured, because once you obtain the image in the form of a hologram, you can come to know what are the defects. So such applications, hologram is used. Coming on to the third application of laser, that is LIDAR. Let's see what LIDAR is. What is LIDAR? LIDAR is a remote sensing method which uses light in the form of pulsed laser to measure the ranges. So basically it is using light in the form of pulsed laser, not continuous. We'll see why not continuous is required. What is LIDAR? LIDAR has a full form. It is again a short form. It stands for light detection and ranging. It is a method of determining ranges by targeting an object with pulsed laser and measuring the time when the reflected wave comes back to the receiver. So basically, depending upon the time when the reflected wave comes back, we can come to know the working of LIDAR. Clear? Let's see. A LIDAR is an instrument which is principally consisting of a laser. It consists of a scanner and a special GPS receiver. The principle is that laser light is thrown at an object on the Earth's surface at any distance. The time it takes to return to the LIDAR source is calculated, and depending upon that, the distance is assumed. Distance of the object is calculated as speed of light into the time of flight divided by 2. Why do we divide it by 2? Because this is the distance traveled. From here, if the light is emitted like this, and it comes back, so double the distance it is traveling, right? So that is the reason we divide it by 2 to find the actual distance. This is how, suppose we want to detect the distance of this object. So laser light, that is the optical system, it sends a reference light. The reflected light is captured by a photosensor, because the photosensor will detect the light. This will be connected to a timer circuit so that we come to know at what time the light has reflected back, and this is how the distance is calculated. So basically it is using laser, it is using a reference light and a reflected light. At what time the reflected light comes back will help us in determining the distance. Let's see with the help of a small animation. So this is how you can see the laser light is being sent. Then at what time the reflected pulse is being received, depending upon that, the distance can be calculated. So this is how LIDAR works. Applications: it is used in land management and planning, it is used in forestry and farming, it is used to make high resolution, to navigate the environments in real time. Because constantly the laser source will give the reference beam, and there would be a timer circuit. With the help of a photosensor, the timer circuit will come to know at what time the laser beam has reflected back. So today we have discussed 3 important applications of laser. One of them is laser cutting. The second one is holography, and the third one is LIDAR. Hope you have understood the topics I discussed in the video today very well. Thank you.